you something. I see a lot of negative elements around me, but when I interact with the kids is the moment when I feel more optimistic, because I think that the new generations are better than us. I feel that they have, they are much more mature in many ways. They are dealing with great challenges, but they are much less affected by things that in our generation was absolutely fundamental. For example, there is this statistic that I really love, that the new generations tend to spend their money more in experiences than in buying material things.
And stuff.
Right, and stuff. You know, they understood finally that the most important thing in life are not things. So they spend their money for travels. So they spend their money for art, theater, and so on and so forth. I continue to believe, and when I talk to these kids, I mean, it's clear that there is something that is moving there. They understand that as it is, our society is untenable. It doesn't, it's just cannot keep going like that.
Along those lines, I've read similar things that as they go off to look for their first jobs, they're looking for career paths or jobs that they can, you know, have some type of social responsibility within the company and that sort of thing too, which it's really, it is a different mindset. And, you know, it's interesting too, as a group here with MD coaches, we're trying to be there for the younger generation of young physicians, not because we think we're better. I think all of us are in awe of what they are capable of and the information that they have at their disposal and how they integrate it all. I think that we just see that, you know, listen, they're still human. They're still, again, these social creatures who, if it's good to have a mentor, it's good to have a coach to help you navigate through these things too. It makes you better.
Friends. It's good to have people that you can talk to that are not Alexa.
Yes.
These are very, very important things. I think they realize that all these drivers that they receive from the outside society are just not healthy. And so they are building their new world, that they have to build a new world, because, for example, a lot of the jobs that were good jobs for us in our generation will not exist in their generation. I mean, you know, all the predictions on artificial intelligence and robotics suggest that there's going to be a loss of at least 40 million jobs by 2030 because of the automation of many functions. I mean, banks. You know, at a certain point, you know, I wanted to go work for a bank because I wanted to make money. So I said, well, there are not going to be banks in the future. I mean, you know, all the banking is going to be done with your cell phone and you know, and using your computer. Truck drivers, you know, truck drivers are going to disappear.
What I was going to say, that I was thinking when you were saying that, is, yeah, I think the answer is going to come from within the generation themselves. They're no different than any of us. They are smart kids, and it isn't going to be something we teach them or dictate to them. They will come up with those solutions as time goes on. The thing that hit me when you were just talking just then is take the 19th century, then take the 20th century, the Industrial Revolution. Now take the 21st century, which is the technological revolution, and you just nailed it. Between 2020 and 2030, the job, 100% of the jobs may not exist that exist today. Whereas if you went from 1950, you could have probably gone to 2000 and not had that many new jobs. You could still have been a bricklayer or a doctor or a lawyer or a banker or an insurance salesman. Now you're sitting there going, you got an 18-year-old and you go, well, you know, in 2030, all the banking will be done by computers.
Yeah.
We don't need you to
I can give you another example that affects our jobs, medicine. in the previous century, it will take decades to double the amount of information available to doctors. Now it takes literally less than 2 months. And so it is obvious that we cannot catch that train.
Yeah.
We need number one to adjust our educational system, because again, a lot of jobs are not going to exist, and all the jobs that are going to exist are going to be in some way related to robotics, artificial intelligence, digital communications, and so on and so forth. And we are going to have to deal with a massive problem of in economic terms, because because of this revolution, millions and millions of jobs are going to literally disappear. And these people cannot stay in the streets doing nothing. In Europe, when they discuss this problem, the idea is actually to shorten the amount of time that people work, like, for example, go to from 40 hours to 20 hours, and actually pay people for not working. But that is not a solution, because work is not only a way to make money. Work is what makes you who you are. Work is what gives you a meaning.
You have to have a purpose when you get out of bed every day.
So what are we going to do? Let's assume that we are able to make an enormous amount of money and create these margins and then send the money, which, by the way, is what we are doing in this country. I mean, what they're discussing right now in Congress, to basically send, checks, which is okay as a short-term solution. But people cannot just stay home and get, I think they're going to get bored. If we want to try to avoid the revolutions that unfortunately are looming at the horizon, we need to create a new social contract. We need to find new ways of using the creativity of people. And it's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy. But again, I hope that the new generations are going to find ways to basically reimagine, reorganize societies. One thing is for sure, the way it is dead in the water. I mean, we don't have an option to just stay still and wait what happens, because things are going to dramatically and rapidly change at a rate that nobody has ever seen. And so something new has to be invented, frankly. And my last hope are the new generations. I really hope, the word is for the new generations. I mean, people in this, on this call are extremely accomplished. We had our lives. So I think we were all extremely lucky to fulfill our dreams, to basically, in some cases, beyond my dreams. We are not the issue. The issue is what is going to happen to our kids and our grandkids. And we need to do our best to at least make their life and their job simpler, because they don't have it easy. They're not going to have it easy.